All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Conan the Barbarian from Titan Comics. This is issue number 5. This is a Virgin cover by Liam Sharp, which I really like. Liam Sharp is a great, fantastic artist. He's around for a very, very long time. I am 100% sure that I have this comic already with Rob de la Torre cover, and I'm going to show you that a little bit later. I mean, it's in the back of the book. I'm going to, show you. But I don't know what it is. I cannot find the book. So, yeah, I have now 17 issues of Conan the Barbarian here from Titan Comics. It's a very, very, very good series. Probably, can I say it? Probably the best after Marvel Comics from the 80s or 70s or 90s? 80s. This is a banger. This Titan Comics know what they were doing with this IP. I'm very happy. This is also a new story. So we begin here. A lot of people. So we begin here at Jesus Christ. So yeah, we begin here at the bar, and this has happened. This is in the past. This is, as far as I know, BELIT or BELIT. Not sure how you say it properly. And we have a little bit of a flashback, right? I mean, this was what happened in not only in the books but also in the Marvel comics, where he joined a pirate ship called the Tigress, and he fell in love in the by a for a woman, a Shemite, I believe, called BELIT, and she was the pirate captain, right? But something along the way went wrong, and she's a tough cookie, and basically they fell in love with each other, but it ended up badly, as you might expect in these times. And Conan is not having a good time. Drawn by Doug Braithwaite, colors by Diego Rodriguez, and Jim Zub is the writer. Now, Jim Zub was not very loved because of what he did to the Spider-Man comics, but he does a bang up job with the Conan comics. So this is the heist, and he's getting a visit from Chandra. He says, "Hey, what are you doing here? We have a job to do." Right? Okay, he's still drunk. Anyway, so basically they have a job, and they're breaking into this, I don't know, den, if you will. And it looks great, by the way. But let's say I'm not always a big fan of Doug Braithwaite's art. I'm gonna explain that a little bit later. I have some issues with it, but I cannot deny that it's looking kinetic, it looks fast-paced, it looks brutal, And also, Conan doesn't care who these people are. He just wants to have his coin and go back to drinking, which is fine. And but then they go to the Thieves Guild, known as the Glory Hounds, and this guy's called Gref. He's a burglar. He's good with locks and mechanics and all that stuff. And he says, "Hey, I look forward to retrieving this cover's content." "Why so grim, Conan? Don't you want to see what's inside?" He says, "No, just grace my palm with silver. Chandra promised I'll be on my way." But then this guy comes in, and he said, "This is Kamal. He's a break and enter expert, and he knows a lot of important people as well." And he says, "Hey, I got a job for you too. 2 jobs before dawn? Let's go." He says, "How much money do we talk about?" says Conan. So Kamal says, 10 crowns. "Is that enough for ale to have your attention?" "I'm listening." Now, I don't know how much 10 crowns is, but maybe a lot of money in the Sumerian lands. Okay. I'm not sure if this is Sumeria. Where is this actually? Does it say? Not really. Well, it doesn't matter. Or maybe the Hyborian age is probably the best. And they're meeting up with this guy. It's called Jakur, right? And he says, "I need you to retrieve something that was stolen from us." So it's not really a theft job. He says, "A dark stone called Terran's Touch, currently locked within the temple of Bel." And they say, "Bel, god of thieves and trickery? You want us to break into den of deceit there here in Shadizar?" Oh, they are here then. Shadizar is the place. "And steal from the god of stolen goods?" It sounds utterly mad, and yet if we do this, we'll be legends. Conan says, nah, just for 10 crowns, I'm not going to do that. I mean, it's a temple of death. So this guy says, hey, this crowns was only for the meeting. If you bring me Terran's touch, you will each get 10 times more. Gold coins stemmed from the rearing horse of Aquilonia? Aquilonia glitter under the light of the moon. Moments later, the agreement is made. Nice. He looks Roman, by the way, but he's not. And then we have some cool shot. I mean, this reminds me of the Conan movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, it says here, other cities would, what are these words? Eschew, a religion founded upon crime and death, but here in Shadizar, the wicked Bel is just one of the many nefarious deities, openly accepted and worshipped by the hedonistic masses. Although Bel was original a Shemite god, Zamorians quickly recognized the potency in his purpose, and thus the sixth-armed elephant and his flock were imported into the Shemri-born pantheon. After all, what could be more appropriate in the city of thieves than stealing a god? Pretty cool. Anyway, so, but it's not without defenses. It has a lot of archers. The streets are well lit, and they cannot even climb on top of these domes because it's, too smooth, lacking any handholds to gain purchase. So, Conan says, a damn fortress, 100 crowns or 1,000. None of it matters if we're just arrow fodders at the gate. Anyway, so they say it might look impregnable, but there is always a way, always a trick. So one of them did some scouting a couple of days before, and they realized that the people inside always also needs to have food and water and drinks and wine and whatnot, right? So there's some caravan, but they are being very well, inspected by the guards, except corpse bringers, human fuel for Bel's many foul rituals. Oh man, I like that a lot, So, oi there, buddy man. I could smell that fetid load afore you even came around the corner. Ghastly. A bit of smell never hurt no one. How many you got? Smells? Bodies, you fool. How many? Aha, of course. 26. It is. He still has his helmet on. You can't fit 26 bodies on that wagon. Oh, you most certainly can, if you load the button up with children. Just get on with it before the waft makes me sick. So they're getting in, right? And so this guy comes in and says, hey, you're late. Look at this, all these bodies here, right? But then he gets Hyborian steel in his throat. Is that how it is? And then Conan and the rest are jumping out. And look at this. Okay, there's some cool shots in here. But this is what I mean with the trouble that I sometimes have with Doug Braithwaite's art. I mean, what is happening here? I mean, is this supposed to be a face or something? And I mean, she's just having a dagger. I mean, she just rips this face open like it's some, like she's ripping off his, I don't know what it is. It's just a blob of blood and probably organs. There's some cool facial expressions here. But there's also the other problem with the lack of certain facial expressions. For instance, here, right? So they get in, and the girl says, hey, violence is you unleash is impressive, as always, but I must know, where does all the rage come from? He doesn't want to talk about it. So we speak of it later then. But he doesn't respond. Now look at this face. He looks like he's in pain or like he's pooping or something. I'm not entirely sure. But with the same face he is here. It's very blank, very stone-faced. Here as well. I mean, can you see it? It's very similar. And probably that is his art style. But I don't know. It's just sometimes it's not very... I don't know. It's just... But here, on the other hand, this looks cool. So for me, it's a little bit hit and miss. I also think that Doug Braithwaite's art, but maybe it's just me, needs a little bit of better inking. His art style is sometimes a little bit... Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, there's a lot of detail, but sometimes the details are, well, maybe it's just I don't like their faces and very much. It's just, I don't know, this is personal opinion, I guess. Also, I don't like digital blood, just draw it. Anyway, let's move on. I probably have some issues with the art, but I really cannot point my finger at it. But it always has to do with Doug Braithwaite's art. He does a very good job, but at the same time, I'm not liking it very much. And I'm not sure what it is about this art that I don't like. And it's weird that I say that because, like I said, this looks super cool. He has some cool shots in here, right? I mean, this looks amazing. So his action shots, maybe that's it. His action shot looks really cool, but then when everything just slows down, it's just not doing it for me. Damn this face. So we go in and we see Bel, I guess, the six-armed elephant god. And and we have some old-fashioned flogging. I always like that. So they're going down and down, and going through guards and killing people and all that stuff. And then they hear entering a chamber, and this is the chest that they need. So this lockpick master is doing his best, but he has some trouble. But then he finally did it. So, and then when they open the box, Conan's gripped by a sudden chill, and he says, "Mother of Mitra." And to anyone else, it looks like a polished piece of obsidian etched with initious markings. But for Conan, the sight of the black stone instantly brings back a nightmare long forgotten. The screaming lights from the dark fortress that seared in his mind, visions of souls who were once men casting themselves out into the cackling darkness. Yes, there was an issue number 2 that I also did review on my channel. So check it out if you want to, watch 1 till 4. Hint, hint. So, Tarim's touch isn't quite the jewel I had in mind, says this lockpicker, but if this gets us paid, then it works for me. But now, this is the other issue, but not with the art, but with the writing. Conan looks scared, and he's stuttering. I mean, that's not Conan. I mean, Conan is many things, right? But scared and stuttering, it's not in his wheelhouse. So I find that really, really weird. So this guy says, "Calm yourself, Sir Miriam. Kreft disarms all the traps." But then he touches it. "There is nothing to fear." Are you sure about that? I'm not so sure. Look at this face. Overall, I really liked it. So we're going to do issue 6 as well pretty soon. Guys, let me know when it comes to what you... Oh, wait a minute. I just forgot. I'm going way too quick. So this is the cover. So many covers, by the way. So I got this Rob Della Torre cover, which reminds me of John and Sal Buscema's art. I'm 100% sure that it was his influence. But I don't know where the book is. So I said, you know what? I need to get the book anyway before I can get it anymore. So I got this cover. Still happy with it. So yeah, Conan the Barbarian from Titan Comics, 100% worth it. If you like old-fashioned, old school Conan, it's bloody, it's grim, it's dark, it's magic and demons and all that stuff. Nice. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about it. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.